Oh! And he gets a little Lazarus action.
Good shot.
He walked away!
Oh my God! Oh no! The ball was on the flicker.
Oh my goodness.
The ball
stood
stood there for half a second. And then let's transfer it into another double Elway,
Can someone
into
please?
a double catapult super. What are we
Someone
witnessing
please, like,
here?
clip all of this.
One shot hit. Boom, Ray got it.
Clark.
Was it Clark?
Clark got it first. Hey, what? What? What just happened?
So if it's too loud or too soft or anything, this is the control for you.
Perfect.
For
I'm
your-
just adjusting so it doesn't fall off my head.
Okay.
There they are.
Perfect.
Walking in on camera from left to right now. Helena's stepping up.
Take a look at the bracket while we wait here. So we are now watching this quarterfinals match between Maureen. And then looks like Hannah has already taken out Dabra.
She played really well. She played a couple of classics and just blew them up. So.
Well, I kept choosing classics against her, and that's how I got knocked.
Nobody learned. Nobody learned.
Wow.
At least Robin put up a good fight. Yeah, but Hannah's just such an amazing player from Seattle. She helps run the Icebox up there and Grand Champion games. And she just has this amazing game knowledge, and she's very kinetic when she plays. So when you see her, there's a lot of like body movement, and she really, really gets into it. And she angles down a lot, so she has a good perspective when she's playing as well. But she's such a strong competitor, and she destroyed me this morning. But I had a nice time playing with her, as usual.
As kinetic, quote unquote, as she is, she's not. She doesn't look like she's getting super nervous and she's not jittery around it. She's definitely in control. She stays within the game, and you can tell she's super focused when she's looking very closely at the playfield. Great player. This is still practice right now.
Yeah, still practice.
This is going to be a great matchup between these two. They're both such amazing players.
Yeah, I think we'll try to follow them for all their games if we can.
Perfect.
It's kind of what I wanted to do at this stage of the tournament.
Plus, they have
Lock
a
on the
lot
group.
of they have a lot of support in the chat
Yep.
too. Jose has been calling for him, so here we go.
Where's Helena from?
She lives in Colorado now.
Right.
Excellent. She had a great showing at Indus as well. I was paired with her in Indus B finals. She played excellent.
She put in her achievements on my little profile that she was previously the highest ranked female pinball player for over 10 years.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I was supposed to fill out a profile.
Too late now.
Sorry, Carl.
I mean, I guess you could fill it out, but I don't know what we're going to do.
I can just tell them.
I got the database open.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, I remember I had always seen that.
Oh. So we see it again, the top lock shot to the outlane. But this time it didn't go left outlane. It actually bashed off the side rail up on the middle ramp and went back out the right outlane. It's just about surviving that. Are you aiming for the bottom lock? Or are you aiming for the top? Or if you hit either one, you're okay with it?
I was hitting the top lock really well yesterday, and the bottom lock was sending it a little bit crazy. So when I went into my second Blackwater is when I was having the ball kind of go a bit wild into either the sling or the outlane and had to give it a little bit of a shake, but the tilt was a lot looser yesterday.
See what she does from the right. See if she goes orbit or if she... No, backhands it, gets
Yeah,
the first sword.
Gets the sword. That's a good play, I think.
Yeah. It's a free sword because in casual mode, Stark is completed for you. So. Okay.
And Maureen runs, as you can see from the back of her jacket, Babes in Pinland in Seattle. So it's a monthly women's tournament. They have a huge turnout there. And Kayla Greet started that, and then it's been picked up by Maureen and just continues to grow and get better and better. So
That's excellent.
she does good work.
Trying to backhand that lock shot.
Were you having luck with that at all?
I was not trying it.
We've been watching all day,
Yeah.
half ramps on the
Yep.
on the backhand all day long.
Yeah, and most Game of Thrones, if it comes down the ramp, the stand-up kind of like pushes it off to the right, to your right flipper. This one, it seems like it misses more than it hits, and so you're really in danger. It's kind of right down the middle or right on the edge of the flipper.
Yeah, I could only hit it successfully from the left once yesterday. So
I don't think that was intentional. I think she was trying to short punch, but comes down to the right flipper.
Oh,
yeah.
man. Jeez.
Yeah, because she had an initial plunge that was way shorter. Just a little too much. Oh, Nate Stellhorn in chat. Hello, Nate.
Oh, hits it that time. That's clean. So at this point, I'm playing out this mode.
You have to at
Yep.
this point, yeah.
Takes the first one, that's fine. Combo the second one, hopefully. Yeah, that shot looked like it was towards the lock. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. If you survive, it's worth it. if you don't,
Oh no.
this is a hindsight type of thing.
Ooh, nice save.
Okay. She got credit on that shot for 1.9.
For as tough as the games are playing here today, like this, this is a very fair playing Game of Thrones, I'd say.
I thought she had nothing locked. Knowing now that she was on lock 2, that might have been the right play. I did not realize she'd already locked a couple.
It's so weird not having game sounds whenever, but it's very quiet in here generally today. The games are all set really, really low.
Yeah. That's a good point. Oh.
Oh.
All right. Careful, careful, careful.
Holding breath now. Nice.
All right, she has a swordlet on the right ramp. I mean, that's, what's the value of that? It varies.
4 million right now, I think, probably. The first one was 1.5.
Because Maureen got 7 for hers, but was she comboing and
She might have
got a
comboed it.
multiplier?
Because I don't know if there's a base value for each sword, or if there's something that has to do with like the mode you played that gives it. I do not know. This is where I'm looking back at you, chat.
Ooh,
Nice
nice
save.
recovery. And Maureen backhanded that sword earlier pretty easily.
See, only $5.90 for that, so
Yeah, this.
I don't know.
For the sword?
Yeah.
Sword has a given value, which you get is random. All right.
Well, that's rude.
Is it deterministic for every player? I would have to assume that the next player would also have to get 590.
No, I guess not.
No.
Do I put my my image of Dwight's in here? The con
Ooh.
Dwight.
You need a little Twitch emoji of him so that people can spam
Hey, let me
chat.
next.
Yep.
If I get another emote.
Perfect.
Rarity value
All
of the
right.
sword in the show. That was a nice ball.
Yeah, that was an excellent comeback. She started at like 3 million, put up 50. Great ball.
Very productive. How many locks is Maureen on right now? I want to be able to tap into the instant info while we're sitting here.
Yeah.
That's the next advancement. Scorbit, and now I don't know what we're gonna name it, you guys, but this is gonna be our money maker.
Our contribution is lock count.
Oh,
Tough one.
I'm gonna talk crazy. No one goes for wall.
yeah.
Why not? Because I feel it's a safe shot to get up there. It's repeatable.
Right.
So why not bring a mode and start wall?
Some people, I know me personally, I I know it's a strategy. I don't like sitting there for 20 minutes and doing it.
I agree, but in this situation,
Yes.
where the scores are very low,
Yes.
it seems like it'd be something that you could accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just seems. I mean, at least getting to your first Blackwater and bringing a house in seems like a decent amount of points, especially with the scores being so low and something that's pretty easy to start quickly.
Right.
So I could see that being a strategy, just trying to get that started. And then if you need to go for the wall, if that's less successful, being able to have that.
Okay.
as
And,
kind of a
and the
backup.
kick out from the post was not immediately catchable. Sometimes it would, if you caught it, roll up the in lane and then you'd fire it back out. So you're kind of on the fly. If you had perfect control out of that from that post, I would say, yeah, absolutely. I don't know what her comfort was with that. You could see a couple roll up, take a Martel shot. I think if she knew that she was one shot away from multi-ball, that's the way to go for her.
Definitely. The Ricky Roo, we are at Flipperspiel in Las Vegas. It is located kind of inside of a video game store currently.
Mm-hmm.
They've been in this location for a year. Prior to that, they were in like a private club environment, so a little bit different if you were watching this last year. So it looks like we are moving over on to
That would be
Is that
time warp?
time zone.
Time zone?
Time zone, one of the times. Time zone.
Time something or other?
So I think we're following Maureen and Helena's group. Is Carl's plan. So we're gonna move on to their game 2 to time zone. Yes, indeed.
This one played fine. It was a good game. Is your strat lock at 4 or 5 and just stay at the bottom and bash the middle target? Is that?
If possible, yes, because if you can get the center post up and get like a safe return back, then yes. I was finding if I full plunged when it was on the 1,000, it would lock into the 5,000. So that was kind of where I was going with that. That usually sent it over to the right saucer. So the full plunge would bring it over there and then open that top gate.
But it would also start your 5,000 again. So like that's.
Yeah.
Right.
So so that was definitely the danger of being able to get that. But you know, if you can get it into that center, that's so valuable in this game when it can be, you know, a very small margin.
Yeah, this one played well. The flippers were strong enough if you ever did want to go back up top or if you want to hit the gates, like it was playable.
Yeah, definitely. Hi, Dr. John. Good to see you. Yeah, that center target is so good because that post, it just makes the ball way more controllable to have it sitting there. And then if you can just pop it up, you know, either towards the gate or pop it back up towards that target, was the best way that I found to play it yesterday.
And the post drops are kind of to the sides, so as long as you didn't get into the slings, you could just hit it, let it settle. You could kind of tap it over, flutter it back over to the side, and take another shot at it.
Yeah. And the down post is so close to the danger zone of the outlane anyway.
Yeah.
Joe Soap, how's it going, Chris? Good to see you.
All right. Colorado saying that that Helena has one close to where she is, so she should know this game well. She should be very comfortable. That's likely why she chose it. So yeah, this is the one.
Yes, single player game.
They're playing it single.
Yes.
It actually has 2 reels, right? But they're playing it as a single player.
Single
Right.
player.
To, And this again is to avoid the tilt throughs and whatnot.
So you can tilt through yourself now.
You can tilt through yourself, exactly.
Yes, precisely. So did Maureen choose this one?
Well, Helena would have had choice. So
Helena
maybe
won.
she deferred. Oh,
Helena won, so
Yeah.
Maureen would have had choice.
Jeez, they had that backwards over there at first.
Oh,
I got confused by that as well.
I had that. So it's going to be that then.
yeah, unless Maureen deferred choice.
Yeah, I will defer to the Sharps. They had a 0-1 there.
I can see it. I have the proof.
Yeah, I'm betting that Maureen chose this since she's player 1.
Yes, that makes sense.
Unless, Is this just practice?
Because they get to practice before their game. And
Right,
not before,
but on a one-player
the
game, they should have
EMs,
been.
you practice and play,
Right.
and then the next person practices and plays.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I think they're talking about it now, and they're like, we messed it up at what? It's whatever. They're having fun. They're having look at that. Having a blast. Playing some time zone.
Time zone.
Time
yes.
zone. Okay.
that's
Get it right eventually.
that's one of the best parts about tournaments like this, especially the big women's events. It's always so much fun to play with this group of people, and they did a really great job getting Clipperspiel ready. They were here all last night getting all the games together, and Adam, who runs the place, has been putting in a ton of hard work on these games leading up to the tournament. So thank
shows,
you so
too.
much to them. It
really
totally
does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there were a few games that weren't quite up to snuff, and he had backups, so they were able to make sure that there was a really strong lineup.
Yeah, it's a good mix of games. I like the mix of moderns and EMs and a couple solid states in there. Really good. They did a great job.
And I definitely think that they're pretty evenly matched in terms of the game selection that we have going on. So this will be a great one to watch. To kind of answer your question, Laura.
So she's locked in at 3,000. Gets the post up.
And the
jumps
post
back
down.
Yeah.
That's kind of how this game goes. It's
Yeah.
up, oh, and it's down.
Yeah. You want to commentate when it goes up, but by the time you're done with the sentence, it's already back down. And I'm a little long-winded anyway, so it's fine.
And we've got the tunnel moving again. Yep.
Yeah, which is slightly psychedelic when you're watching the stream and it's strobing that way.
It is do not stare directly into the strobing tunnel.
Right. And in fact, for those who can't see it, that actually goes down into a tunnel. That is not one flat piece with 5 colored parts. It actually goes down into a deeper tunnel.
It seems like it would have been a lot easier for them to just make it
Right, just one piece
lit
with it.
discs.
Yeah.
Nope, up and down.
Yeah. I believe that was ball 2.
Yeah, and then through the side, I'm not sure if you guys can see, so to the bottom left of the left pop bumper, there's a little hole that goes into the collect tunnel value. Ah, you have the screen with the thing.
We can write. Telestrator.
Yes, so that's where you can go through to collect your tunnel value. And if your tunnel is strobing, it'll give you whatever the light is currently lit on. If you have it locked in, then you know exactly how many points you're going to get when you go through there.
Good to know. All right, when those gates are open, are you aiming for them, though? The bottom gate's worth 2,000. The top one's worth 4.
Right. Yeah, definitely, because then you also get to plunge back up top again. So you can either reopen your gates or you can collect your tunnel value if you get it through the center.
The scoops do not collect value, though, right? They actually just restart it.
They restart the tunnel.
Okay.
All right, so she's ending on 24-6.
The tilt was just per ball on this game because it is a 2-player.
Yeah, the practice games were actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But that's the thing with these games is sometimes you have, you get some really strong pop bumper hits, and it just throws it off into the collect tunnel, which is what happened on her warm-up game. It can throw it back out through those gates. So you definitely want to get through those gates because it's also sending you away from the danger bottom section. So anything that you can do to get it back up top. So getting it through that left side that you pointed out and getting it through those gates on the right, everything's going to send it back up top, which is exactly where you want that ball to stay.
Yeah, at 1,000, I'm not taking that for just, unfortunately. This game is, did she just, oh,
This
she's
is
taking
her
her
practice.
practice.
This is her practice.
Oh, well then, yeah, you absolutely take that shot with 1,000. What was I saying, everybody? My goodness.
Yeah, because on the single player you practice and then play, and then the next person practices and plays. So that was one thing that very first game of the day we definitely needed to remind ourselves of a few times.
Yeah. Well, even the first time that you played like Paragon or something where you're playing player 1 and 3, like you got to remind yourself to plunge out that next ball, and or else you're going to have an amazing ball that just doesn't count.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that definitely happened on our first game with Hannah and I, and she wanted to practice and didn't tell me. She's just like, remember to put in a 4-player game. So I put in a 4-player game, and she was like, oh, is that your practice ball? And I was like, I didn't know you wanted to practice. Sorry.
Whoopsies.
But then she just got to use player 2 as her practice. It was fine. It's fine.
And at that point, you just reset the game instead of plunging out.
Yeah.
12 over the.
Wow. She had gotten the open gate.
Yep.
Very valuable.
Yeah, so then she gets her 2,000, and she gets to send it back up top. So it looks like she's stuck on the 2,000 value, but now the tunnel's moving again anyway. So.
And I believe her target score is 24,000. Wow.
Ooh.
That was shot up. That almost beat the post coming up. That was crazy.
Nice. It's hard to get control in these games. Those slings are wild.
Yep.
It's just very, very bouncy, so to be able to catch it. Yep, so now she got her 2,000 tunnel value again.
Halfway to her goal now.
Good, so now she's opened that lower gate, but also set the tunnel back. That would have been a nice backhand. Oh, almost.
Excellent first ball.
Yeah. Yeah, these are 5-ball
Wow. Right into the center.
at 3,000.
It's okay.
Yeah, so there's that little switch when you plunge. That's what locks the tunnel value in.
She's got that down.
Yeah, she does.
Right.
But it's only at 1,000. That's, you know, that was the hard part with this, was finding that 5,000.
That looks like a tilt.
Yeah.
Oh no.
All right, she's got
That's also tilt face.
2 balls to get 5,600 points.
Yeah. So if she could just time it, she's got the strength down. It's just the timing part. Okay.
Oh, that would have been nice with that. Shot it right back. Almost got that lower gate dialed too. So now she's got both gates open.
Oof.
All right.
Getting
1,000 for going out the
close.
out lane. So I believe 24 something was her 24.6. We have it written on the side here.
Nice.
That did it. Nice
There
plunge.
we go.
Excellent plunge.
The skill shot is so important in this game.
Yeah, and it's actually a skill shot. That is for real a skill shot. It's not easy. Great job by Helena. So that'll put her up 2-0. She's had a wonderful comeback on Game of Thrones. Solid game there.
I wonder where we're going next. We're going to find out. So I think we're going to continue to follow their group. Maureen's assessing her options.
What do you think? She's going more modern, or you think she's going to stick to the old stuff?
Well, it's, you know, I think she may have switched it up from modern to older just to kind of see where Helena was. And now seeing that Helena's been strong on both sides of things, we could really go anywhere at this point.
Okay. So this is just going to be a comfort pick. This is you pick whatever you like most at this point. Who cares about era? Who cares about type of game?
Yeah, I would say whatever she is excited to play at this point. Like, play the stuff you're going to have fun playing. Is kind of where I
Pinball's
go.
fun? What?
Are we going on Abracadabra?
It looks like it. Yeah, we're on Abracadabra, so. This one is 1 player as well, and this one tilt does end game, although they were pretty liberal on the tilt. You can give it a pretty good nudge.
Yeah, that one was pretty pretty workable. The 1 through 4 lanes, the number 1 was going towards the center a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I felt it might be. It's a little tilted right, but nothing was. It wasn't right down there. It wasn't like auto drain. There's some games where you go, if you get the wrong in lane at the top, you might as well just get ready to plunge your next ball.
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily you know, that it was leaning. It was that the ball was almost getting a little bit of spin on it coming through that lane that just tipped it a little bit too close to center sometimes. But if you know it and you anticipate it, then it was definitely workable. So,
and I felt that the bottom half of this game was very controllable. It does have a different configuration. You know, it's, there are no slings. It's just it's a plastic posts kind of ish, but it was pretty controllable. If you like this style and era of game, this one you can, you know, 60,000 was very doable on this particular game.
Definitely. So with Abracadabra, what you want to do is get the 1, 2, 3, 4 lanes, and you can get those either on the top here, or you can also light your 1, 2, 3, 4 down on the bottom. And then once you do that, it starts to increase your bonus value. So you'll see them lit there, and you can collect that on this center target here. You can also collect it on the lit drop targets on either side, and those move with switch hits.
Or you can collect them right there.
That's definitely
on the
a
other side
last
too.
ditch, last ditch collect.
Yeah. Just saying you can, not saying you would.
Right. And if you don't increase that bonus for collect, that bonus value, it's 500 to hit the center target, and it's also 500 to hit the lit targets for the drop targets.
Okay.
So
Now, have we figured out when the 1,000 pops are on? Is it when like the hundreds digit is even? What determines that?
Completely random so far as we can figure out.
1, 2. There's a bunch of numbers where it's lit. I could.
So somewhat random.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, the pops are lit on when the got it.
Okay.
These games are always by the 100 switches. I've learned that. Because I've always asked the question, and someone's always told me it's something completely random. But it's based on usually the hundreds.
Yep, so the switch hits are moving. You'll see those lighted targets on the top for the drops, and those move with other switch hits. So constantly on the go.
It might be the 2-3.
2, 3.
Yeah, they definitely change via switch hit. So So like I said, I would assume it's something with the hundreds or the tens.
What are you asking about? The
lit thousands.
it's either the tens unit or the just switch hits.
Yep.
Seemingly random.
Close enough. At this point, it's like it's random.
It's the 10s, not the 100s. Yeah, I love this game. I think it's a lot of fun. It's, you know, you definitely need to have some control if you're trying to pick off those drop targets, because that light will move into position on drops that you've already dropped, and then you can't collect that bonus value shot if it's in a spot that doesn't have a drop target for you to knock down. So really being able to pay attention to where you're aiming the ball and going to jack up that bonus value first and then go in for your collect. So you almost want to avoid hitting the drops at first.
This is kind of like an El Dorado type thing where you're trying to hit that lit one. That's a tough balance, though. Like there are times that you focus too much on the lit target and you drain because you're not, you know, you're trying to do too much with the flippers. And are you more just like trying to kind of flail, hit the targets, or are you really trying to control this one?
This one I try
Especially
and
when you have like
send-
7 or 8 down.
Yeah, I try and send it back up through the lanes to
Okay.
get those 1, 2, 3, 4, because you at least want to be able to get 1,000 values. You know, instead of the 500s, it just gets so much more valuable to hit those. And then once you've hit all of the drops, if you've at least gone through the 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you hit the center target, it'll relight or reset your drops for you. But if you haven't done that and your drops are all down and your bonus value's not up, they stay down until you've managed to finish. So I try to get it back up. I like trying to backhand the 1 and 4, and then sometimes they go back over into the 2 or 3.
Got it.
So what do you prefer, Derek, this or Team 1? We just played Team 1 last week.
We just played Team 1 last week.
Texas.
I don't know Team 1.
Team 1 is the same layout,
Same
except
thing.
you have 6 numbers instead of 4.
Mm-hmm.
And once you get the 6, then the lit target is worth 50,000.
Nice.
And it never changes, so it's worth a wow. It's basically an add-a-ball.
Yeah.
But novelty, it's 50,000.
I thought that this actually had a little bit more skill to it. I enjoyed this one more.
Yeah.
I really did.
I'd agree with you, just because of the value. It's you have to build it up more. Team 1 is you get the 6 numbers and then you're done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This you have to keep working towards those to get to that 5,000, to get to the to blow up the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really enjoyed playing this one.
Yeah, we did have this one. I played in the Australian Championship Series, and this was one of the side competition games that I was always really excited to have a chance to play. It's just such a fun game, and the art is crazy cool. Like, the back glass is amazing. So it's one of those wedge heads that's very, like, it has both, like, amazing art and really fun gameplay.
Yep. All right, so she's at 2,000 value for a bonus, which she collected when she went out to Outland. Hey,
Derek's
it's points.
strategy.
It is.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah. There's a time to drain. Heat Wave was a huge eye opener to that. This is so she's only got. Oh, she reset all of her stand ups, so that's great. She's at 3,000 now for her bonus.
So lots of opportunity.
Oh, all right.
All right, this is ball 5.
I'm glad you can see that because my eyes are not that good.
Just knows the location of the bulb.
Yeah, exactly. The light. Yeah. That's why I zoomed out on this one. That was an excellent one
Nice.
to
Now
raise
we're
the
at
value to
4,000.
4,000. Right. Come on. All right.
So
just
now that
you can stack
that one's worth that.
Exactly.
Great shot.
Nice. That was the perfect time.
Her score is already doubled on this ball.
Yep, so now she wants to get that last drop target. Since she'll have more opportunity on those drops to get. That was a great save.
Okay. She does have one more up, I believe.
Yeah, on the left-hand side, the fourth one.
I thought it was up, but I couldn't tell.
So 45, 760. And my camera does not like where it is here, apparently. 45, 760.
That's a solid game.
That was a really solid game.
I would walk off pretty happy about that.
So when you're in the bumper, you really want the bumpers to hit, this because it activates, it deactivates, activates, deactivates.
And actually, the bumpers and the slings were very strong. So you could hit the pops, and a little nudge would get it up, and the sling would then fire and take out a target or two. I liked that part about it. It wasn't like the weak pops that don't do much. She might not have got a flip on there and got 3,000 off. Practice session. My bad, everybody. My bad.
Yeah.
Oh. Still learning.
This is why we're sitting back here.
Oh, it's really comfortable back here. A lot less stressful, I'll tell you.
Right?
Man.
Did you have fun when you were playing today? Or do you get, like, real amped up about it?
It's some derivation of fun. It was enjoyable. It was enjoyable. I did not like losing, but nobody does.
Yeah.
So, but no, it was a great day. It was a great field. I also drew Cordelia, I believe is his last name. Really awesome dude. I met him in Chicago. Nicest of guys. So I was happy to lose to him. So it was a good day.
Good.
And there's more pinball to come. There's Pin Masters. You are leaving before Pin Masters.
I'm leaving before Pinmaster.
Yeah.
I was so far down the wait list that
Okay.
there was no chance of me getting in, and the flight tomorrow is way cheaper.
True. That's a very good point.
Yeah.
So next time I qualify for Women's World Championships, I'll plan better.
You mean next year?
Right.
Easy enough. Easy enough.
Doesn't happen if you don't play tournaments.
You played enough to get in.
I did.
You'll
I
be at
played.
some of them.
I had 2 good showings in Australia last year, which got me into ACS and Women's World Championship. That's it.
Sounds like you have to go to Australia again.
Yeah.
It does sound like that.
Indisk has an amazing women's tournament. FYI.
You know, Carl and I have had this conversation. I'm not a fan of the pump and dump, as it were, or high score, be it card or game. So Carl was kind enough to suggest I play pinball at the lake, which is another amazing tournament.
That's where I met you. That was a wonderful tournament.
An amazing tournament. It was so much fun. Highly recommended target match play.
Now we may have a target match play event at Indisc.
Really? I would come for that.
Perfect. So she's at wow, what a good ball one.
Yeah.
17,000 still on ball one.
Whoever said that her strong suit was the modern games, she may be changing that around.
Yeah, her strong suit may be all the games, everybody.
Yeah, all the games.
Yeah. Or at least all the games here. That's a solid. All right, and she plunges the right lane. Well, oh, there's that
That's
left to right that you're talking
I
about.
told you about. Yeah, the going through the lane one. It's not that the machine is leaning to the right. It's the game catches some kind of spin going through lane one.
All right, this is where you just want to reset, take a half second.
Yeah, deep breath.
Yep.
Let's redo that first ball.
Carl, can you just shats 1 and 4 over on
You
this
can.
game?
You can.
You can.
I was gonna say.
I said you.
We can
I
have
didn't
a
say that
shats off
I
later.
can.
Oh, man.
Yep, we're on ball 4. So she needs another 20,000 points.
And she's down to the I have 1 target. That'll help. She rolls through the 1.
She's on 2,000 for her bonus right now, so she just hit that. Now she's up to 3,000.
And she reset all of her targets.
Yep.
So this is big. This is where you want to be. Ball 4, all targets up. She hits. Okay. Collects 3,000 to leave.
So she really wants to plunge carefully into the 4. I was going to say.
Does this auto
she
give you
got
the
it.
points?
Yeah. You get the bonus value when you collect that.
Okay.
So she got the 3,000 for that plunge.
The
And
current bonus value, not the next
Yes.
one.
Yes.
Okay.
So she's at 4,000
She
now.
is good. She is passed.
Yep.
All right.
She's got this one as well. So now she's up 3. I don't know if she realizes that she got it. She did not look happy, but she's definitely got it.
And this entire match has been a lot closer than the 3-0. This could be 2-1, 1-2. It could be 1.5, 1.5.
Yeah,
It's been a great game.
So the game audio, Wizard of Oz is very low. The game's volume on the games themselves is kept very, very low here on all of the machines.
Yeah.
It is, you could hear a pin drop in this room, so apologies, the game audio isn't something that we can turn
I'm actually okay with
the
it.
setup.
I actually didn't miss much of it. It was
The chat's been asking
Yeah.
about the game volume, which I understand, but every once in a while, like we just heard a Star Trek noise, but like you don't hear a lot of things happening during the tournament today, so it's been pretty quiet on the game sounds. And then so far as where they are in the match, so Helena is up 3-0 right now over Maureen.
volume on our
our
voices.
voices.
We're gonna have to get some technical help on that one.
Yeah, well, that's Carl.
Yeah, I'm sure there's like a dongle or something around here that I can touch, but we're gonna leave it to the.
Don't touch the dongle without asking.
Yeah, exactly. I'll move my microphone closer to my mouth. Maybe that'll help a little bit.
I know, I'll do that too.
Pete actually beat Fred. We watched the last game. I don't recall what the game was, but Pete did beat Fred in 7.
All right, so it looks like we're on attack from Mars next is where we're setting up.
It's either that one or what was the middle old... Oh, it can't be Stars. So, yeah, it's got to be Attack from Mars.
Yeah, Stars got taken out of the tournament. It was randomly resetting.
To some people's benefit and some people's dismay. I heard there were some ball 3 resets that
Yeah,
were
few
not good.
heartbreaks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, volume's good for folks. Thank you very much for confirming. Yeah, Wizard of Oz, it might just need to be boosted a little bit on your side. Seems to be working. If you guys can't hear us as a whole, let us know, but feedback seems good. And we're on attack.
Great. And this one's playing well. I liked the setup of this game. You cannot the super skill was going into the left sling, so attempt at your own peril, I suppose.
Super skill is going into the left sling.
Yes, it comes around and then it hits the sling and then bounces like that.
Wow, that's a heck of
Physics.
an angle for it to come down.
Yeah. When stars went down, some of the physics went awry over there. But yeah, so you couldn't really super skill. She just sort of disproved that, but you can still see it's not clean. Like if you're going to super skill this, you either want to catch directly or you want to loop, and I found both to be very difficult.
Okay.
Watching this game earlier, seemed to be very difficult to hit the lock shot on the fly.
Mm.
It was really early.
Super early.
I do like it when it's moving more on this game to hit that ramp. The lock shot maybe not, but to hit the ramp to have enough momentum, it's a really tight shot from a cradle. I do not know why. I can hit it on the old one, on the remake, not so much.
Oh, that was a nice feed when she came around for the super skill.
Yeah,
Straight
nice
to her
loop
left
pass,
flipper.
yeah.
So
Maybe it was when it was being played more. The plunge was kind of dying a little bit. I actually had one plunge that didn't even get up into the pops, so that was problematic. But
yeah,
you know, these games they're not being played as much, so they're resting a little bit. So the plungers are kind of getting around more.
So this is the remake. And to your point of saying that the shot seemed really early for that lock shot, I feel that way on the remakes anyway.
Yes, yes.
Like I need to shoot every shot earlier than I normally would. So to have that coupled with, the games being set up a little bit tighter and, definitely the flipper strength of playing this game all day. So it's definitely going to be a super early shot there.
When you're shooting ramps, everybody, and you know a game like this enough, if you're cradled, when you're trying to make that shot, are you counting until you shoot, or are you waiting till it's a particular place on the flipper? Are you doing like a one Mississippi Fire? No. You're going by something on the flipper that you know where to hit, or is it just pure feel?
Feel a lot of the times, but also if you're playing a game where there's something very distinctive that's marking, so like you see how the arrows right here, there's like the yellow bit that goes into the red. If I'm like, okay, I know if I flip right when it hits the transition, that black line between red and yellow, it'll hit this shot, then I'll have a visual cue. The game I do that the most on is Addams Family. Seems to be like if I'm going to backhand the chair or something like that, I always look at the play field and not the actual flipper.
I've never even thought of that. This is like advanced level stuff to me right now. That is ridiculous. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've tried it a bunch of different ways. If I'm trying to loop stuff, some people will hold the flipper up as it's coming out of the loop and then drop it and re-flip it because the timing of when it hits the lane is perfect enough that they know how to do it. If you're doing Who loops, that's something that a lot of people do. They'll flip it, they'll hold the flipper up, and then they know when to like reflip. I have no technique. So
Carl, how do you handle that in terms of finding your timing?
It's just all feel. I studied music, okay, and they always wanted you to count in your head for the beats, 1 and 2 and 3, or basically subdivide beats. And it reminds me of this too, but I never did that. I always did everything just by feel and by listening to everyone.
Yeah.
So it's very similar. It's just timing and
some sort of internal clock that you have that's been honed in. The metronome is that the right musical term? Do I have the right thing? Okay.
Yeah, you got it.
Fantastic.
But a lot of it is muscle memory too. You can feel. I have a hard time playing anything like digital pinball because you don't have the feel, but you can feel that ball rolling on that flipper. Like you can feel the way that the machine is behaving, and your body and your hands, like you remember when you should be doing things. It's not always spot on when you're doing it that way, but it gives you a really good sense of where things are.
Nice. Now, Marina had a great first ball. She was at 700 million, and Helena's already started a good progress ball here. She's finished both left sides. She's one shot away from finishing the right orbit, and then she will take the toughest right ramp.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Yep.
And the feed out of the scoop has been really reliable. A nice straight shot over to the left flipper for either a bounce or a live catch.
Yeah, for the most part, it was doing that. We had one or two kind of ones that were going more jointish, but it's like that was a little bit higher than I'd be comfortable with. But yeah.
Yep, nice
She
save there
reacted
from Maureen.
well. Great.
She's got her saucer ready to go as well. Hey, Sarah, thanks for tuning in.
That one was nice. Nice
Oh,
save.
nice.
What a nudge. Okay, be ready.
Oh, she's ready.
I'm more nervous than they are.
All right, so both of them are going for a total annihilation, and not the well, as I say that,
Yeah, there.
That might change.
was that the positive commentator's curse?
Yeah. She got that save again.
Commentator's
There
blessing.
she goes. I love that Snow is providing bird facts because Maureen's Twitch handle is bird facts. So providing bird facts in the chat for Maureen for motivation. Oh,
Very nice.
tough dream, but she had some amazing saves that ball.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do on her ball 3? You're 3 locks away, and it's a safe kind of hit. Roll it over, hit again.
You
or
can
are you going for those?
backhand that too. The
You
lock shot.
could. You could. Now, or are you going for the two ramps? She's 1 shot away on both sides of starting it.
I would go for multi-ball. Where would you go?
I mean, I would go for, but which one? Are you going for annihilation?
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. I was like, I agree with you.
Regular multi? I don't know. I don't know that regular multi-ball has a specific name, so.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. But okay, so you're going for the 3 lock shots.
Yeah.
And I prefer this because the scoop kicks to the right, and it's already on your right. But you could absolutely take the left ramp, right ramp. Now she needs 2 shots to the right ramp. So she's 3 shots
3
to
shots.
total.
3, yes.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right, well. Lena still has some work to put in.
Now, Helena is 1 away. Okay, so Bob, you're correct about Helena. So
In the chat, we're being told it's Heliana,
Helena.
and I've always heard her name spelled as. Jeez, I cannot talk today. Pronounced both ways. I need to just ask her.
Yeah.
Next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if we're butchering her name, I feel awful. And if you rewatch this, Helena, I apologize in advance.
Oh wow.
Tough one. Okay.
Tough game.
We're going to a game 5.
But Maureen lives to play another game.
Yep.
That was she put together an amazing game. She knew she needed that, so.
And that's the thing going for total annihilation is it's kind of that's your only choice. You've gone so far in that you're stuck with that path.
Yeah.
And you can live and die by it. But if she had, I believe if she had the saucer open, that might have been maybe she switched. No, she's 1 shot away from new annihilation.
Yeah. Yeah, she definitely she said we're forgiven. See, so the first time I heard her name, someone said Helena, and I was like, I don't know if that sounds right. And so I've heard now 3 different versions of how her name is pronounced, but she seems to be very forgiving to all. So we want to get it right. And we are moving on to, is that Stern Trek? Looks like we might play some Star Trek.
Yep.
This Star Trek is playing beautifully.
Yes, it's very reasonable feeds, not too fast. The slings are not brutal. You can move the game a bit.
Yes, no, I didn't think that sounded right when I heard it the first time out there. I was like, what? Yeah, but the queues on this game in the early part of the day when there were a lot of people playing were very long because it is just such a...
Oh, boy. We're going to be watching this for a while, it looks like.
Are we? Oh.
Oh, we've got a little bit of a line.
Hey, remember when I said the queues were real long for Star Trek because it was playing so well? Case in point.
So Jalda, are you saying that your pinball hero is sitting next to me? Because that's Jessica.
No.
Or is it Helion?
Not. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm
Because
like,
I
it's
should not
option
be
B.
anyone's hero.
Me either. All right.
How many players have more than 460? I'm sure that's some rare company up there. Only a handful, I can assume.
All right. Where are we in this?
So he's almost finished with, he's started his third mode, so this will give him super pops maybe on the bottom. I cannot remember which one is which. That's going to tell us in a second. Super spinner. Oh, this is actually one of the very nice ones to have.
And are those linear? Is it always the same order every time?
Yeah. So it's ramps, pops, and spinners.
I just learned something new about Star Trek, you guys.
So, you know, this is a nice thing to know if you're just down like 1 million or 2 million points going into your last ball, because points don't really come easy in this game. Like if you're down by 5 or something and you have no multi-balls left, if you have your super spinners, just rip those. It's pretty good. So 53 million starting ball 3. Short plunges to get control to do the warp loops.
Nice. So do you have a preferred progression through the modes?
I will start with the mode that he's in right now, and then I will go up into Prime Directive for my my multi-balls, and then I'll finish with Destroy the Drill. If I have another multi-ball for that, then that works too. The red mode, which I Klingon Battle, it's the left 2 and the right 2, which is kind of nice. So that center ramp is makeable from either flipper, so I start with that and then go right ramp and just kind of loop back and forth. Plus, it also has a shot you can backhand the spinner if you're on the left flipper and you're cradled and you've already taken out the center ramp. I like it for quick starting points.
Got it. That makes sense.
And then Prime Directive just is an all shots mode, so it's good for multi-ball.
Nice.
I do not memorize all of like the space jump, the extra secondary parts of the modes like Nero. You know, if you put it under the flipper and you know all the stand-ups are lit. Kind of like the boosted mode. I can't think of what it is. The crank it up, I suppose.
Yeah. Hey Robert, good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you had fun in Texas. So 2 more matches on this.
2 more. Focus.
All right, Carl's gonna fix our focus. I needed his help this morning. It's just, I'm super impressed with how everything's been running today, considering the sheer volume of games played and number of players through here. Flipper Spiel has been amazing. The games are in fantastic shape. Thanks again to Adam and everyone who helped get all the games ready for this. I know he's been putting a ton of work in leading up to the event itself. And then this week getting everything ready to go, and last night.
And it's not even over. I mean,
oh yeah,
they're going to be here
all
night. And then tomorrow and Saturday are both, 10-hour, 12-hour days for a lot of folks, and that's a lot. So Stephen Bowden has played 625 tournaments, so that's pretty high.
I wonder how many tournaments I played. Where do you find?
It's
your
on the
IFPA profile.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a curious. Yeah, I do need more tiki drinks. I'm going to go get more later tonight.
I missed out on that last night. I drove in. I got here a little bit late. I was all sorts of excited.
For anyone who's coming to Vegas, who enjoys a good rum cocktail served in a pineapple or on fire. We went to Frankie's last night, which is like the oldest tiki bar in Vegas, and it was very cute and quaint and small. But then we went to the Golden Tiki, and we had Dole Whip with dark rum floats, which was amazing.
Yeah, you've piqued Carl's interest.
They had a whole Dole Whip section of the menu. Yeah, it was a beautiful thing. And then they also had a lot of like mummy mermaids and celebrity shrunken heads. There was all kinds of interesting, weird stuff going on there, but the decor was really great, and they were playing like Pirates of the Caribbean Disney music. It was so good. So we'll probably go back there.
So that was a key thing that he just tried there. The left orbit to the right flipper being held up. What is it hitting? And he got the bottom green target, which lights all your locks. So that may be one of his strats to take those out.
Interesting. I don't see you're thinking ahead for trying things like that. I don't know that that's something that I necessarily would have tested. What do you test for, Carl, when you go for warm up? 30 seconds. What are you testing?
Just feeds, very, like Derek said. So I would let it come down right there from the flipper, just to see if it dead bounces or if it traps. So if it has a scoop, I want to see the kickoff from the scoop. If this was a Star Trek Pro, I'd want to get it in that left scoop.
See how the feed kicks.
See how the feed kicks out. Yeah,
Yep.
Since it's a Elite,
It's
doesn't matter.
more
so much.
reliable.
It's a safe return.
Are you testing the tilt at all? Or
Depending
are
on
you
the
trusting
game,
what you've
for-
seen
for
on
th-
other people?
Yeah, exactly. If I've seen it for the whole day, I'll know generally if I can get one good shove in or if I need to be a little lighter on it. So for anyone just joining us, we're in Las Vegas at Grand Line Games with the Flipper Spiel Arcade Club for the IFPA National Championships and IFPA Women's World Championships. Both tournaments are running concurrently right now, and this is a National Championships match right now. So we're jumping in between the two. I'm Carl D'Angelo.
I'm Jessica DiNardo.
And I'm Derek Price.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for putting this on, putting all this together. The production's fantastic.
Thanks.
Yeah, Carl, your streams are always my favorite to watch because I know everything's going to like look really clear and be really nice, and it's going to be easy to understand what's going on. Lots of good information all the time, and just like it's high quality.
Thanks.
Always.
Thank you.
So he's prioritizing his locks here, which is the right way to go. The game does start with the ball save on, and he got a little grace period there. Wow.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just
That's
saying
the
a few
moment when
thanks
I'm
right
just-
there. Yeah.
Nice little tip over.
So he chose Nero for his first mode. Do you think he's going to go to Nero 3? Try for that?
Oh, I would hope. I haven't seen that as a legitimate strat yet, but
he didn't shoot anything in this mode, really. He wasn't going for the mode at all.
well, he was focused on locks, so I think he's thinking to himself, this mode's not worth a lot. I'm going to get it done so I can get my super spinner.
Okay.
I think he's purposely avoiding that mode. He's got locks lit. He was aiming for the left-hand side, so he was trying to lock balls.
Right.
Yeah, that's always a little bit of a tight shot, but it seems more so when you're so focused on it. I know, at least for me, I can hit everything around the one shot that I'm trying to do.
Yeah, I actually like hitting that left shot much more than going under the flipper.
I kind of like going under the flipper. It's like a little secret passageway that only me and everybody else knows about.
Well, yes, I find it much more difficult.
Speechless.
I didn't know what to say. For once in my life. We like Lurkers CNK. It's glad that you're watching. Glad that you're enjoying yourself.
No.
All right. Well, they both have everything left to play for. So.
Everything left to do.
Yeah.
At least, so he made progress. He lit his locks. He's good with that. Let's see what he picks next. He is going the Nero 3 strat.
Ooh.
I did not know this was a strat.
Apparently, everybody seems to know about it.
All right.
Steve Opa, best for 100 mil plus games. Yay, I'm announcing. Yes. Hello, hello.
So someone in chat, kind of tell us why that is worth so much. Nero 2 can't be worth that much because he's just timing this out. Is it Nero 3 coupled with multi-ball that's worth a lot? Because this mode, every shot's only 250,000.
Well, he can't time this out either. You have to play through.
You have to play. All right. So okay.
So you can only time out one?
Yes.
Only the first level modes.
Yep.
And
Forgot about that.
all right, he's starting his multi-ball here.
Nice. The animations on Nero 2 are fantastic.
The animations in general on this game, they're so varied and there's so many.
I can't say that I was a fan of Into Darkness, which is the movie that the back glass normally from this machine is based off of.
Right.
It made me real angry as a Star Trek nerd. But this is the LE, so it has the actual ship, and the game is just gorgeous, and it plays so well. So I have a hard time finding things to not love about this game.
Are you starting this multi-ball by trying to bash Black Hole, get the Add-a-Ball ready?
Yeah, I would. I mean, it's not lit right now,
No.
so.
I mean, at this point, yeah, you're not taking that dangerous shot, but it was a pretty gracious ball save.
Nice play down there. He knew one was going to go down the drain, and he did some air defense.
I am never just aiming for Black Hole because I figure as I go and try and hit the ship, I'm going to hit Black Hole anyway.
Yeah, but you have to hit it enough times to light the Add-a-Ball anyways, right? It's not... That's how you light Black Hole, from what I recall?
See, but it's still not.
Isn't
Well, it doesn't matter now.
my rules
anyways.
knowledge is failing me here? But
Yeah.
I
Right,
think,
I'm like,
I think
it's
it's the
still
target.
not
It's the
lit
spot
now.
targets, isn't it? You have to hit all the spot targets, so
Oh, okay.
you would need this last one to light the black hole.
Okay.
Got it.
Chat-
That's the thing
chat
I
room will
can't
correct
I
me.
can't see.
Lighting all the stand-ups. Okay.
Yep, spot targets. There you go.
Thank you, everybody. Oh.
Boy, that left side is trouble. If it half, it doesn't go in the scoop,
Yeah.
it's coming down here. Bounce, bounce.
Well, that was a much better ball too.
See, that's why I thought hitting
Getting
the black hole
everything
target
together.
spots a stand-up.
Ah,
So
you were right as well.
Oh.
we can all be right today. That's fantastic. That's,
Oh. Man, that's a tough drain.
all right, so I guess he's trying to get to Nero 3 because he has no progress on his Klingon. He has there's nothing else really ready for him. So
Right.
Sticking to it.
you're moding.
So go to Vengeance now, or try for Vengeance while.
He doesn't have any torpedoes ready. I don't see it happening. I think he chose this for particular. He's 3 shots away from finishing this mode if shots carry.
Which they do.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, there's one.
Ooh.
I wanted him to do it because I wanted to see what the Nero strat
Right?
was.
Right. I know. I'm like, I want to see it too. All right.
You did read the chat, right? Steve Up, it makes the spinner double for the rest of the game.
Where? No, I missed
At
it.
the very top.
It makes the spinner double for the rest of the game. Nero 2 and 3 are pretty worthwhile. Save the Enterprise and save the Drill are worth a ton with Nero 3 done.
Got it. Okay.
Interesting.
Wow.
Ouch. Oh, that was such a tough game.
Okay.
Really, it was one great ball that Steve had, and that was enough.
Yeah, start a multi-ball. Sometimes that's what gets it for you.
Oh, and apparently Klingon 3 makes the left ramp really valuable.
Yeah, and then I would assume that Space Jump 3 makes the pops super valuable. And I mean, if we're going by what this pattern is.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right.
Oh, right, logic, which we should clearly use when talking about the Star Trek machine.
Our next match on here is an elimination match.
How do I get
Dun, dun,
myself a black and white portrait of my face? Phil's is black and white.
Yeah, there's a
Phil
filter on your
sent
camera.
me a black and white. portrait.
I can send you whatever I want.
Well, not
Oh.
whatever you want. I did get one fun one.
Yeah, don't put that other one on there, Carl.
Well, did I tell you about that?
No, you did not.
I want to see the costumed photos that were sent in.
Yeah, I rejected one photo.
All right. Well, sorry about that
Sorry,
one that I sent
chat
you.
room. You're not going to get to see it, but all these they're going to see it here. Because I didn't think that I should be putting this as a profile photo.
Oh, yes.
What?
Is that chocolate of sorts, or is that no? I thought that might have been food-based.
It's a decapitated head with an apple in its mouth.
Yeah, that's not the thing
Why
that
do you
we're
send this?
putting it.
Exactly.
Oops, wrong person.
Oh, we got to follow.
Well, look at that.
Yeah. Don't forget to follow this channel. He streams once a month at least.
If
Some
you
sort of
guys-
major channel.
Yeah, I guess so.
Thereabouts.
I try. I mean, I guess the next thing is Spin Master. Then I'm sure I'll do a Black Knight launch party.
Yep.
Heads up at Ace Gogi.
Ooh.
We got 2 of them.
He always buys 2 of them.
I love it.
So it's always a heads up launch party.
I like a heads up thing. I was toying with the idea when I had 2 of the same machine of like racing 2 objectives on the machine. The first person who completed X set of objectives on the machine won. You start the game at the same time, which is challenging because the machine's not always going to play the same. But
Yeah, and it's a really cool format. Carl helps with the animations to kind of show what the objectives are. You get to choose from the 5. It's very similar to the heads up challenge that was in Chicago a couple weeks ago. It's really fun. It's different. I think it's refreshing.
yeah, if you guys aren't following Carl, really, what are you doing with your lives?
It's a true story.
Do we know what games are being used for Pin Masters?
Not
No.
yet.
No.
No, not. They will determine based on how it goes today and the scores and the length of play.
Except I bet you 4 Queens is in Time Zone.
Yep.
You know, anything that's in an older game will be in.
Abracadabra.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
My favorite game of the weekend was Barracora.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a fun game
I
anyways.
love Barracora anyway, but it plays really nicely, and it's a player's condition game, but everything is pretty darn reliable. They took the upper gate out, which
Yes.
was a thing, but even with that, it was still really fun to play.
So what about the sorcerer without multi-ball?
I get it,
Thoughts? Okay.
but it makes that game like it didn't get chosen a lot today.
Yeah. Yeah.
We understand it, but we don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Because then the game becomes like a rollover and drop target fiesta.
Or a stand-up target and spinner fiesta.
Yep.
I don't know if I'd trust myself going for those spelling sorcerer.
I think you have to.
You do.
with that top part being worth like
Ooh, that's a great
50,000,
save.
100,000.
Okay, if they put the target at 500,000 for tomorrow.
Is this actual game?
This is actual
This is
gameplay.
actual
Yes.
game now. They just
I've
just
talked
started.
through every practice. I apologize, everybody.
Don't worry about it, Derek.
I wasn't that worried. All right, ball 2.
Oh, Steve Pub thinks I'm the reason, huh? Really, Steve Pub?
How
Wait.
many multi-balls did you have on Sorcerer?
I remember my game not being quite as long as someone else's.
So he's chosen Space Jump. So I've seen this one picked a lot by others too. I believe it's a very easy mode to complete.
Well, it's if you get the away team, it's one shot
Yep.
to complete it, and you
Yep.
get the gold medal for it. Nice combo.
Yeah. Sneak under that flipper. Nice save. A little shimmy.
Another. Wow. Impressed by that right orbit to right ramp combo.
It's got it down.
It's dangerous on the fly,
Beauty.
but
He found that one no problem.
Yeah.
Not even trying for away team.
No, he's
Like
playing
3
it
in
out.
a row.
Wow.
Oh, man.
And the combos do double the shot value, so.
That was nice. Nice start. Yeah, I feel like I always change up what mode I start with. I don't know. I used to always start with Save the Enterprise, and then I started moving it around.
So
My
he's
friend-
going Space Jump 2. No, he doesn't.
Nope.
No, he's just hovering
Nope.
over it, that's all.
He's getting your hopes up that you might see a 3-level game.
I want to see that.
Oh, nice save.
Oh.
Oh, no. That's a move I pull. Like, good save into spectacular drain.
Spectacular drain. It's a combo. Save drain.
I told you my pinball dad joke.
I don't know if you did or not.
I certainly haven't heard it.
All right. What's the saddest part of a pinball machine?
I do not know. What is the saddest part?
The left out lane.
Oh.
Aww.
I like it.
I'll be here all afternoon. So we got lock slit.
I was going for away team.
Yeah. There it is. I wonder why you didn't go for it last time. Huh. That warp shot is one of the more satisfying pinball shots, like when you can dial that and loop it.
Very fun.
Also, very similar to Davy Jones on Black Rose, which is right next to it. So we were noticing all the similarities earlier. But those games have a lot in common, like the lock shot and the lock shot, and the 2 ramps.
And even the 3-bank, which is the skill shot on
Yep.
Black Rose, is kind of the same as well. But
Yep, the right orbit, the center, you know, into the ship or into
Yeah.
the boat.
Okay.
They're very similar games. Nothing I would have put together myself until you put them right next to each other.
great. A little nudge there to keep it on in the end lane.
Beauty.
I'm surprised he's going for the ramp and not the lock targets. At least it seems like it. 'Cause
Yeah,
he's got 2 locks.
It seems like he's okay with getting those incidentally. It doesn't seem like he's purposely aiming
Yeah,
for them.
exactly.
Yeah.
He
Like that.
just got one. So. Just no. Great
Oh,
nudge.
nice. Yeah, he's just been having like some great combos.
Wow.
Oof.
A lot of inlane love.
There's his lock. I mean, it seems like he went into this game thinking like 30, 40 million was an okay, good enough score. I mean, he's going to get into his
Nice.
multi-ball, but
Yep. Pick save the Enterprise, right?
yeah.
Here we go.
A little disco strobe on the playfield.
It's so pretty.
It is. It is.
Yeah, the key to winning any good matchup is having the most points at the end of the game. Chat
Okay,
insights.
So he has. Did he get? Oh, he already had his added ball. Yeah. Did he?
See, he plays his, you know, this multi-ball is more how I play. There's a little less trapping. It's a little more flow to it. This is more relatable for me.
So is that more game based or is it just general play style?
You know, it's definitely, I feel like it's more that way kind of at the beginning of multi-balls when, you know, I've got ball save on, I still have a few to kind of juggle with, and there's more shots open to hit.
Yeah.
And then once it gets down to, all right, I only have 2 shots left that are worth anything, then I'll start to slow it down. but I don't know, like I feel like I carry the kinetic excitement of actually starting the multi-ball into the way that I'm playing it.
Yeah, I was actually a little bit shocked too to see him not kind of curd up on this one. This is a very controllable game, it seemed like. So, but point-wise, he's having a great game.
Definitely, and you know, adapting to the circumstances, sure. But this we were mentioning earlier, this Star Trek has been having a long queue kind of all day because of how consistently and how really, you know, like it's playing really well. So if you know how to play the game, there's nothing that's a huge surprise. There are no weird posts. There's no weird feeds. Like everything is playing as you expect it to. So it's really just taking your knowledge of the game and being able to apply it. And but it's been playing beautifully all day, and everyone's been, you know, queuing up all day to get on it for good reason.
So he's hit his add ball, but he has not released the ball in the there it is.
There it is.
No added ball save here.
And he has super ramps right now, too.
Yes.
So those are
I don't know how many you get when you get that, like 25 or something like
10
that.
10 ramps.
10 ramps. And do
Ooh.
warp ramps I would
Yep,
assume warp ramps
they
count.
do.
They had the word in it, so.
So when do you use your torpedoes?
Oh, he's in double scoring right now, isn't he? Is he?
No, I think you need 9, right? To start double?
You're
And
right,
then
you're
it's
right.
9.9 again. I use them, I think, as a combo. Every time I hit one shot, I think I use a torpedo. I believe it counts as a combo.
Wow.
Man, he's just
Wow.
on fire here.
Yeah.
Whew. That was amazing.
Double scoring is by getting to warp 9, and then after warp 9, it goes up by 0.1, so you go 9.1, 9.2, and I believe you can get another double scoring at 9.9. So basically every 10 ramps. If you're playing a long game, you try and stack it with Kobayashi, and then hit a ramp to double that. And that just kind of like blows up the digits.
Right, he's got his Christmas tree lit, as I like to say. he should be using those up, right?
Yeah, well.
Although you don't want to play that mode.
Yeah, so I would not be using them up. On
Well,
ball
that's what
3,
I just
use
asked.
them.
I was like, when do you use those?
Well, in multi-ball, I would use them intermittently because then you can open it up for the super jackpot. Now I avoid them like the plague.
Interesting.
Yeah, because that scoring mode is really bad. It's super dangerous. You hit it, it fires really quickly back at you, like
Right.
the Iron Man shot.
That was a great ball.
Yes.
Excellent.
Best ball we've seen.
123.
Phil
Woo.
being super modest about it. Once he gets some. That luck. I think he just said to us, "I got it." That's what that.
You guys watching this?
Yeah.
Because here we go.
Yeah.
I really want Scott to catch him so that we can watch some more play on Phil's.
Oh yeah.
And the vengeance. Yep.
Okay. Oh, it's too bad that it takes that the left lane ball save away when he had a ball saver.
Right.
There are a few games that do that. Always bothered me.
And that's it.
And we're out.
Wow.
He handled that feed nicely, that wonky, you know, not quite getting into that left shot and coming back.
Oh, event. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So Phil will take game 1.
It was a great game from Phil. Yeah, all of everyone's little like shaking balls out of out lanes back into in lanes. I realized that I like that so much when I saw my Spotify year end and realized that Wiggle It by Two in a Room had reached my top songs, because I would send it to people whenever they had a really good save and they wiggled the ball back in. And it's like, here's your favorite music from the year. I'm like, oh.
So I'm sad, or I'm not that good of a player because I've never received a text of this song to myself. So I've never made a good outlane save. That's okay.
Yep. If you do some impressive wiggling and I catch it, yes,
Fair
exactly.
Enough. All right. To the brackets.